So I was trying to sell an old truck years ago, and I remember the old man came and looked at it, and he found all these things wrong with it, and I'm like, okay. I was like, well, I'm a mechanic, I know, and he's like, well, you never buy a vehicle from a mechanic, and you never buy a house from a carpenter, and that was the first time I heard that phrase, and it really stuck with me, and it makes sense if you think about it, because other mechanics, I'm sure, can agree that. Uh, we know exactly how much we can get away with as far as lack of maintenance, things that a lot of people, would get fixed just because they don't want to mess with it. We know would probably last longer, and then we end up making more work in the long run. But the other day I was tightening a bolt on one of my own rigs or running a wire or something. I remember just sitting there going, okay, that'll be good enough. But then I thought to myself, I said, if this was a customer's car, and the main goal was for, the job to get done to fix the problem that they're having. And obviously you don't want comebacks. And I got to thinking about it. I was like, would I leave that if I was working on someone else's rig? And I thought to myself, no, I wouldn't. So I took the time and did it the right way and had a little more peace of mind. But it's amazing how often we do that with our own lives. We leave it half-assed. We don't do it all the way like we should. And a lot of times we don't honor our word. And most of the time, keeping our word, honoring our word to ourselves is the biggest thing that we put off or fail to do. And really, that demoralizes us. And if you think about it, all the things you say you're going to do or you're going to, start or whatever, and you never do. I mean, imagine if you treated your friends the way you treat yourself or your family. You wouldn't really have a good relationship with a lot of them, but for some reason we take ourselves for granted and we don't follow up with the things we say we're going to do, the things we want to start, and we just push it off. And a lot of times people put others before themselves, and it's just like the airplane. When the mask comes down, the thing that it says is put the mask on you first before you help someone else. And that is a whole topic in itself, and it really makes sense if you think about it. But the same goes the other way. If you have friends and family, and self-love is not really a real thing. Would you love someone who never follows up with themselves? Would you love someone that doesn't show up when they're supposed to? Would you love someone? It's just like if you have a friend that's maybe overweight or having struggles with alcohol and other things, and you just be like, okay, well, no, you're perfect the way you are. Or maybe it's your child, and you say, no, you're perfect the way you are. And